Greetings all, Frog here. Let's play GeoGuessr. I'm going to check something real quick just to make sure I'm recording. Okay. The program I'm using to be able to read the notes from Wade was covering up the recording because I was just trying to make it easier on myself. I just want to make sure it's working, and it is. And I mentioned that these notes are from Wade, and they are because we're playing the American Civil War Challenge Part 8. This is the concluding chapter of this long saga. Known as Endings is how he titled this one, so here we go. We should start right about now, don't you think? Well, we're going to anyway. There's a Hard Rock Cafe. Love all, serve all. La Fontainebleau. Wait. 202 would be the nation's capital. There's a portrait of Lincoln. Group tours welcome. There's a club sandwich. Famous burger and fries, lunch special, and more. Breakfast served all day long, as it should be. Trolley tickets sold here. Ice cream, soda, juice, bottled water. I don't get it. Why is old Lincoln boy on that restaurant? I know, but it's the Old Town Trolley. And I'm gonna tell you. Old Town Trolley Tours. It's a sightseeing tour. I'm assuming this is the nation's capital. It's 10th Street Northwest. All you really have to do is find a cross street here. Which I just blew right through. F. 10th and F. Okay. The nation's capital. Old Town. I don't know where Old Town is, but there's 13th. 10th. N-O-P. Okay. H. F. F and 10th. We're on 10th. There's the Hard Rock. Okay. Peterson House. There's a waffle. Lincoln's Waffle Shop, it's called. Oh, the Ford Theater is next to the... Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Ford Theater is located next to the thing. Aha! Well, this makes more sense. Boy, I hope this isn't Endings because we're just going to see where a bunch of people died. Although technically he did not die at the Ford's Theater. That is where we were, though. Ford's Theater sits near the heart of the capital, just 2 blocks north of Constitution Avenue. The events of April 14th, 1865 need no explanation. Immediately after the assassination, the government bought the building and converted it to offices. It languished in disrepair for decades until it was renovated in the 60s and again in 2000. Now a theater once more, it also serves as a museum about Lincoln's life. The building across the street is the Peterson House, where the president was taken after the shooting and where he died, and apparently where they now serve pancakes. Why wouldn't you? We're on Court Street. Jefferson Davis, notated here. Maybe this is where he died. How very depressing if that is the case. I'm assuming that's Jefferson Davis on the statue. Looks like an Orthodox church over there. What a weird amalgamation of the things. Are we closer enough to read that? No. Okay, that's fine. Spring Street. So I'm assuming this is in the south. It's definitely an older town. Spring and Robert Toombs. On the Georgia 47 and the Business 10. Well, I declare. That's sneaky. It's Jefferson Street because of Thomas Jefferson or Jefferson Davis. Probably the latter. Alright, well, as the Georgia 47 and 48 together, sorry, 48 and 10 together, 47 and 10? Probably should look. Jesus. 47 and 10. The 48 has no business in this. But the 10 does, because it's business 10. Give me the name of the town. Make it so much easier to find. That'll do. Washington? Of course it is. We're in Washington, Georgia. Washington, Georgia. The 47 and the 10. Barely close enough to see state routes. There's too many damn cities. I hate looking for things in the east. Too many people live in the east. Stop it. Move west, man. Diversify. I don't know what I'm saying. don't see anything that says Washington. I don't see anything that says 47 or 10 for that matter. I saw 74, by the way, just there. Toomsboro. Boy, that got me interested. And then didn't. 17 goes forever. Charleston's no good. That's South Carolina. Let's try and stay in Georgia, shall we? We're in Washington, Georgia. Where the hell that is. I don't know. We're in Georgia. We're east of Atlanta. Washington, Georgia does exist. 44, 47, 17. The business 78. Boy, that would have been a lot easier to find. I crossed it. I don't even know what road it is. It doesn't even say. Alright. After fleeing from Richmond, Jefferson Davis and his advisors met for the last time in Washington, Georgia. The building no longer exists, but the courthouse she began by stands on the site. At this meeting, the Confederacy was formally dissolved. A portion of the Confederate treasury was taken with them and was not with Davis when he was captured a few days later. Its disappearance has spread legends of lost Confederate gold said to be buried somewhere nearby. Boca Chica Boulevard, the West Texas 4. Interesting. Boy, there's nothing on the West Texas 4, is there? Except for this little thing. Something about the beach, battlefield, national something landmark. National Historic Landmark, of course. Something beach, National Historic Landmark. So presumably we're on a beach in Texas. Battle of the something beach. Looks like P. Pelican Beach? Boca Chica Beach? Boca Chica Pusta. Sorry. To all my Polish fans out there, yes, indeed, I do enjoy pepper. We're on Boca Chica Boulevard. That's Boca Chica Pusta, obviously. Not Boca Chica. Chica, where are we? We're down in Texas. I don't know what's going on. I need to eat dinner. Too many cookies, that's the problem. Too much sugar. Woo. Which is funny because when, people have too much sugar, they actually tend to crash, not get too hyper excited. Big Tex. I don't know, we're on the Texas 4 on the coast. It said beach, so you're not going to exactly be fighting somewhere not on the coast. But still, trying to find the Texas 4 seems kinda ridiculous. There's the Texas 3. So close. I mean, where the heck was there a battle in Texas? You don't really hear of Corpus Christi, the Great Battle of Corpus Christi. I don't know, we're somewhere outside of Beaumont. That's about as close as I could think. No, it was down outside of Brownsville. Boca Chica is a bay in a state park off of South Padre Island. That's insane. Can't wait to see about this one. Here at the far southwestern tip of the United States lies Palmito Ranch, Texas. And here was fought the final battle of the American Civil War? Huh. The Confederacy still occupied nearby Brownsville in 1865, but a tacit peace prevailed in the region and fighting was put on hold. On May 12th, a month after Lee's surrender, one of the Union commanders in the region, Colonel Barrett, disobeyed orders and staged an attack on Fort Brown outside the city. Speculation over why he would do such a thing has ranged from a desire for experience and notoriety to boredom, or a desire to obtain more horses for his cavalry. Whatever the cause, around 300 men from each side fought in the desert near where I began. The Confederates brought up artillery and threatened the Union flank, forcing their withdrawal. Somewhere around 8 were killed and 24 wounded on each side, although many more Federal soldiers were captured in the retreat. Crazy. It's a little foggy. Something. There's an arena of some sort in a Ferris wheel and a Ferris wheel. I like Ferris wheels. They scare me. We're on Albert Dock. Okay. Where is this? Can I go on the road? Wait a minute. What the hell is that zaggy line? Those don't exist in the... We're driving on the left... What? Where the... Wade. Why have you put me in Europe again? What is this arena? Should I know that face? What does Echo mean? BT? Liverpool? Oh my god. Okay. It's the Echo Arena, Liverpool. Well, we know where Liverpool is because we freaking hate them. We're on the water. Let's see if we can find Echo Arena. Let's zoom this in. The Black Pearl. Liverpool is just so stupid. Spoken as a true Mercurian, or Mancurian. There's the Echo Arena. Okay. We started over here-ish. Very last time the Confederate flag was officially lowered was near here by the Liverpool docks on the River Mersey. Crazy. In October of 1864, the CSN brought a ship here, renaming it the CSS Shenandoah. Liverpool had grown wealthy, processing cotton from southern states, and public support was strong. Okay, that makes sense. The city was the unofficial overseas home port for Confederate blockade runners and commerce raiders, the Shenandoah falling later into the latter category. The CSS Alabama from a previous episode was also built here. Refitted as a warship and tasked with attacking Union merchant shipping, they set off toward the Cape of Good Hope and quickly began their work. After prowling the Indian Ocean routes, they restocked in Melbourne and headed north. Preying on whaling vessels in the Sea of Okhotsk and the Bering Sea trade nodes, they captured many before learning of the CSA's collapse. The Bering Sea trade node, what's the, how do you control that? You need a, where's its natural estuary? It's EU4, Joe. Rather than land in the United States and risk being treated as pirates, they returned to Liverpool via Cape Horn and surrendered to the Royal Navy there in November 1865. All told, the raider had seized 38 ships, captured nearly 1,000 prisoners, done over $1 million worth of damage in $1860, and circumnavigated the globe over the course of a year. The ship was turned over to the United States while the crew were paroled and went back to their lives. Crazy. This is the final ending. We're on 5th Street. Church over there. It's a double duplex. I mean, this is any town USA, really. We'll travel east on 5th Street to the church. And, okay. I think the main info is on the side street. Oh, wait, here we go. Does not look English. There's water down this way, 3rd Avenue East. What's this? 4th Street? Okay, sure. 1st Street is probably by the water. 3rd Street. St. Mary's Apartments. 218 is the area code. I'm unfamiliar with 218. We are not surprised, or you shouldn't be. Mainline UMD, University of Maryland, perhaps? There's another church with a very impressive bell tower. Bell tower! No, sorry. That joke only makes sense if you grew up in the Detroit area. The Duluth Transit Authority. Minnesota? University of Minnesota Duluth, UMD. Okay, could be. I think we're in Duluth. Alright, Duluth it is. We started on 5th Street by 3rd. 5th Street by 3rd. Where's the church? There it is. St. Josaphat. Polish National. Oh, it's Polish. Albert Henry Wilson was the last surviving verified Civil War veteran on either side. Born in 1850, his father joined the Army but died of the wounds he suffered at Shiloh. After this, he also enlisted in the 1st Minnesota Heavy Artillery Regiment, serving as its drummer boy. This was in October of 1864. He was aged 14. With the war nearly over and the regiment never in combat, he lived his last year at this address in Duluth and died in 1956 at the age of 106. And thus the American Civil War passed out of living memory and into the pages of history. There you go. That was the 8-part series of the American Civil War provided by Wade. If you'd like to continue to go back through, I've identified in all the titles of the videos which ones were the Civil War Challenge. You can just hit up the playlist and check them out. They're all in the last couple of months or so. It was not a very long stretch, but basically every couple of weeks we played one of these, although this week we played 2 in a row. So check that out. Thank you so much, Wade, for curating this whole challenge. Very interesting stuff and some neat little tidbits that we have learned about the Civil War. If you'd like to create your own challenge, of course, head on over to geoguessr.ml and you can do so. Once you have that challenge link, you send it to me and I will add you to the schedule just like I did for Wade. It's that simple. Thanks again, Wade, for sending it in. It was very enjoyable. Hopefully you guys liked it too. If you did, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated to everything as it happens. And until next time, cheers.